Part 2. So now you have to go. That's falsely accusing. Because I've told people many times. My text messages, people take them how they want. I've actually heard people say, even my own children, man, you can't go off of, I even get confused sometimes and I gotta ask, really? Because now you understand what you just said. You just opened up heaven and the angels and God and Jesus, all of them hear you, but yet you're going to crucify me because of your beliefs. Because you don't understand how you got a text message. And I'm trying to tell you, you got a text message and my phone don't even have service. Well, Darlene's got service. You got a text message from my phone that doesn't have service. We turned it off because I wasn't using it. Who was I using it for? Nobody was talking to me. I worked where I lived. So I didn't need a phone. I had a walkie-talkie. I came home for lunch every day. See, I think back about the journey, and I think about how God pulled Darlene out of work for a while. And she was able to go and serve. She was able to go and learn these things. It started a little pantry in a place that didn't have a pantry. It was just a feeding ministry. And how she grew through all these things. But I also look at it how God taught her more the difference in trusting Him on finances than she can lean under her own understanding on finances. Because we survived through stuff on one income for a long time. She went back to the place she's at now, and the lady retired, and she says, I'm thinking about taking this position. And I was like, well, my thought is as many hours you put in there, you might as well get paid for it. Because she's not going to change. She's not going to go there because that's her heart. That's what she loves to do. And she's good at doing what she does. She definitely has a gift of service. You know, do I hear her excitement and things? Yes. Is there times that I literally got to start making notes so I can go back and answer and talk about some of the things she talks about? Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I interrupt because I know I'm going to forget now at this point. And it's disrespectful. Or how many times have you sat through conversations and nobody really gives you a chance to speak, or you start speaking and then they come into the conversation, but then automatically think, well, this is this reason or that reason, and you're going, this is not true. But to be honest, I don't bring it up anymore because it's like the Lord told me, if this happens, just stop. Because it's not meant for them to hear you. Go hear it from somebody else. When they could have already heard it from you and already started to put this into effect. So that's how I look at it. I had a person email me a while back and never heard from this person again. They were just curious. And they didn't want to do it out there in the internet world, which I respect. Again, I don't know, man or woman, I don't know. Their question was, and I brought this up to Darlene before, you know, and I know I'm not making excuses, but she went through chemo, and I talked to a doctor that very, very, very educated doctor. I mean, educated in a lot of different fields of medicines and pharmacy and all these things. And he said, well, you got to understand, it's called chemo brain or something like that. You know, they will forget things. They will not remember some things. And you're going to have to be patient. And because you're going to get frustrated with a lot of things. And then there's sometimes some of these visions, some of these things, people, it's so real to me. I think I've already told her something, and I haven't. And there's sometimes I know I did say something, and I'm going, And you get frustrated because it's almost like, my gosh, man, all my life, this is what people say. So then you start believing. And then I'm going, no, dang it, I know I said this. But is it worth it? Is it worth the back and forth? To me, it's not. I don't even care anymore. I just do what Jesus tells me. Let it go. And I don't speak about it no more. Unless it comes back and somebody asks me, hey, what was you saying about such and such? I like to hear some more of it. It doesn't usually happen. I said, I erased 4 videos. 4 videos I never published. I was going through my phone and it said the storage, do this, do that. And I'm going, why do I got out of storage again? I mean, what in the world? And I looked on there and I had these 4 videos and I listened to them and I was like, I'm not going to release them. I still got 1 on there. So let me retract that. 3 out of the 4 I deleted, and I apologize because I knew I had 4. I thought I deleted all 4, but I was just thinking about this picture, and then that video popped in my head. So I believe that's the Lord reminding me, and that's why I'm correcting myself, and I'm asking for forgiveness because I did 3 out of the 4. I am human. You make mistakes too. Try not to. I sure don't want to falsely lead you. And I sure don't want to speak with a tongue that you may look at someone and go, well, Nelson, that's not true. How many other things did you say is not true? Well, you're going to believe what you're going to believe at that point. Because I'm not on here for nothing more than to help you. To expose the lies of Satan. To expose the lies of what the demonic realm is about. I mean, I could literally show you survival videos. You want me to show you some good survival videos? Because I've watched some people's and I'm going, well, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about, what about this? And then, I mean, I know I could go out in the middle of somewhere if I had the time, like alone. If I had the time to prepare for the winter coming, man, I know dang well, man, you'd be like, dang, Nelson. Oh, yeah. I'd burn a lot of calories, I can guarantee it, but I'll tell you what, I believe, and I truly believe, if they can make it alone to where you could find food stashes like bananas or something like that, or even a coconut, every so many days they stash this little bundle of bananas, I could survive. I would outlast them. Food would be my only problem. I don't know how to cook fish. I'll cut the dang things open, pull everything out of them, and shove a stick in them, and eat it from the inside out. I guess. I'm not a big seafood person. I always make the comments. I don't know where you guys live. If you have a Long John Silver's or Arthur Treacher's, or someplace that makes like Vandy Camp fish. To me, that's fish. I don't know what it is, but it tastes good. Well, you're just eating the breading, though, so that tastes good too. No, the fish. I like to taste the cod. Couldn't tell you how to cook it. I don't like to taste the shrimp. I've had it. I don't like really lobster. I think it's not so great. I don't see the sense of crab and all this stuff where you got to use a hammer and a mallet and pliers and all this crap to snap, crackle, pop it. Heck, if I want snap, crackle, pop, I'm getting me some milk in a bowl. Think about it. That to me is work. I don't go to dinner to have to work. Well, now you get to know I don't want it. It's not something I want to eat. Well, Nelson, you're just picky. You're right. You're right. Because I picked a person to be in my life that was more like me. told me the other day, she was talking about transferring money into our savings. True story. Everything I tell you is true. Call her up and ask her, she'll tell you. She told me how much was in there, and I was floored. And this happens a lot. She doesn't have to tell me. She doesn't have to tell me. If she took $1,000 out of the bank right now and went and bought $1,000 worth of clothing and shoes, or went and got her hair done and makeup and all these things, and went and had a nice dinner and treated some of her friends to dinner, I would never say a word. Nelson, that's crazy. I get excited when she calls me up and she actually buys something at a store. I hope you don't mind. And I still laugh. Because one of the things I love about her, let me tell you, and she'll probably go, Nelson, I can't believe you're telling everybody that. I don't care. See, she can tell whatever she wants about me. You know why? Because I don't care what the world thinks about me. I care what God, Jesus, and obviously what my wife thinks about me. And I still get amazed by some of the stuff. And somebody asked me, because obviously they didn't watch the older videos, they said, why is it in some videos I see your comments, you put wow, and then a wow wow. If I do a wow wow, that's me kind of going, are you serious right now? It's really getting me to that pissed off place. A wow is like, to me, going, expressing, wow, I'm humbled by that. Thank you. Not that it makes anybody any better to get a wow from me, because I'm just a nobody. I had somebody sent, and I'm going to get back to this, but hold on one second. I'm getting there. I know you guys want me to get back to there, and I'm getting there. Just let me say something. It's amazing some of the emails I get. And I had a person say, did you see this person's comments to you? It was kind of really touching. And I said, somebody's comments? I said, the newer videos or the older ones? Because honestly, anybody watching these and you've commented on the hell videos or whatever, I apologize. I appreciate all of you guys on there, but you got to understand, I really don't have the time right now to go back through these videos. Only thing I can say is try to comment on the newer ones and just say, hey, Nelson, this video, the Hell Testimony Part 1 or Part 2 of the Hell Testimony, or whatever the title of the video was, that you want me to go back and read something, then you're going to have to put that in the comment. And I will go back and read it. Or email me, and I'll go back and look at it. If you don't want to do it to where everybody sees it. But my thing is, if you post it on there, everybody sees it anyways. I mean, unless it's whatever you prefer, I don't care. But you got to give me a little bit of opportunity. But they said, one of the things they said to you is honorable. And unless Darlene said it one time or whatever that I don't remember, but she tells me in other ways. Now, granted, I'm not the most educated person. I had a feeling I knew what honorable meant, so I went and looked it up, and I was like, wow. Wow, somebody really sees me as honorable? And I don't let it go to my head, but when you go through some dark times, God, man, let's just give God praise. I mean, let's really give God praise right now. And let's give Jesus the glory for this. Because look what they have done with me. And it took my obedience. I mean, wow. But they couldn't remember what video, and they couldn't remember who said it. So whoever, if you're watching this video, thank you. Thank you. And you got to hear how it actually touched me. And honestly, I don't care what the world thinks. Oh, well, it could be a guy. What if it was a guy and you're all thinking this in your head right off the bat? Well, it was a guy. I don't care. I tell guys all the time, much love. I pronounce people's names wrong because I don't know, because of these days, the way spellings are and all that stuff, because you got to understand, Stephen and Stephanie looks the same to me. So if I'm asking somebody, are you a girl? I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm not trying to, see, I'm trying to tell you, I'm not trying to offend you. I just don't know. This ain't an act, people. I have gotten into positions that I should never been into in businesses. And when I explain something to the owner and they look at me going, Nelson, I would have never figured that out. Okay, well, you're doing a hell of a job. We got to figure out our own language. I'm with that. Because if that's the only problem, then okay. So you know what the guy did? He had me record everything. And then he played it back and he wrote it. And did the meetings and stuff with that. And then I could speak when he gave me the opportunity, or I needed to speak on something. He let me address it in my ways of looking at it. And that's how I stayed at that business for so long. Because of street smarts and the things that I knew, I was able to train people. I was able to do it the way he wanted it done. Isn't that amazing? Now let's get back to Darlene. I may be in divorce court after this. No, I'm just kidding. You guys will be like, oh my God, divorce court, not again. No. Well, hey, it's getting close to my birthday, so I got a feeling if I ever get a divorce again, just joking. Because, people would be like, oh my God, there's trouble in paradise. Yeah, well, that's what people see. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you. This is what I love. And I know, I hear this, and I get excited. I literally get excited for this. When I'm talking to my phone, she goes, I hope you don't mind. I'm going, I'm trying not to laugh, but I'm already laughing. I bought this shirt, and she's explaining the shirt. Then she explains I can wear it with these pants, this skirt, or I can wear it with these shoes, but if I'm wearing this skirt with them shoes, I can wear this shirt with this and this. And now I'm picturing her clothing. And see, Darlene gets a guilty feeling sometimes when she buys something. Well, why am I going to use it? Or that, God doesn't make mistakes. He leads you to buy something. And it's not an impulse buying. Because she's not like that. I'm not an impulse buying. I could buy for her all day. I could order her stuff and have it sent to the house and pay the bill. I don't care if it's $500. It doesn't bother me. If I go out and buy $500 worth of something, and then I just sit and stare at it, and I wish I didn't do it. Then I got to go ask Jesus, because if it was a gift from Jesus, which a few things, I know that I know it was him. Because it was stuff that only he knew I had as a child that was taken from him. How do you explain that? And you may say, Nelson, what does all this have to do with prayer? Everything. Everything. Because when I sat there that time and I started praying, Jesus, I just started going back to church. And this before Darlene and I got together. And I said, if you really have me, somebody in my life, you want somebody in my life, then bring them to me. If not, I'll stay single. That's where I go against what people say. Because here's the funny thing. Darlene also prayed the exact same way I prayed. And here we come together. I can't help it, the things I see. There's times I will look out of people's eyes because I can see what's going on in their life. There's times that I brush up against somebody and I told a lady in a store, why do you let him do that to you? And then I got sucker punched by the guy, her husband. It truly happened. I can shake somebody's hands and I'll quickly get away from it. And it's funny that a lot of people don't catch it, but I will never shake someone's hand again that I've got that vibe from. And sometimes I'll hug somebody again just to see if what I felt before becomes the same. And usually the same person, I get the same feedback into my brain, I guess. You may say, just by hugging somebody or shaking a hand? Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of times I won't even look at them anymore because I don't want to see the evil. It's not my place to judge them. So you pray. Pray for their salvation. I don't know if we're supposed to continue to pray for that every day. And every day, lately, I don't do it. Every other day, when I'm thinking about it, I'll pray for family, loved ones, friends, acquaintances, people that I've come across, people I see on the street. It's weird. I could pray for a homeless person or a firefighter or a paramedic or a cop that's at a crash site, or even the people that's there that I don't know if they're Christians or not, but if they're still awake, let them have that opportunity. I'm so sick of this unrighteous world, and it's sickening. I'm so sick of hearing people saying, well, I know I'm going to heaven because I did good deeds, I did good works, I go to church. Oh, I'm part of the PTA, and I'm part of this, and I bake cookies for the bake sale, and I donate that money, and I give to charities, and I'll shut up. Because if you're not 100% in, you better go read Revelation when he says, be gone from me, I do not know you. Because what does it say? Well, I cast out demons, I healed people, and I did all these things in your name. Just because you did it in his name, if your heart and mind is not connected as one, you most likely are not going to heaven. Because if you go back to the first video, at what I said in the beginning, if you're in a sinful nature, do not pray because God isn't going to listen to it. Why? Because the Bible says God will turn his face away from sin. If God will turn himself away from sin, what makes you think he's going to hear you? Again, I'm going to repeat. The only way he's going to hear you in sin is if you're crying out for his son to come rescue you, to forgive your sin, and to put himself into you. Other than that, you're not going to hear. He is not going to hear you. Read the Bible, people. But I guarantee it, I'm going to say this, and I'm not, again, this is stuff that frustrates me. Because I'll say this, and later on somebody will hear it, and I'll hear all about it. Man, this pastor said this and this, and I'm just standing there going, yeah? But the Lord told me not to say no more. Well, I said this a while back. Because a lot of times people don't even watch the videos, they just go on there, read the comments, and it could be, I could be answering a comment from 2 comments back and answering that on there with this, and they see what they want to see. It could be 3 different comments on one comment.
Take exit 40 and then
but
turn right on Ohio.
see how people falsely accuse you, because that's happened so many times with me. I'll answer 4 or 5 different things at one time, and don't put no periods or question marks or explanation marks or whatever, all them other little dot squiggly things and hyphens and Taco Bell, and give me a double quarter pounder with cheese. Oh my gosh, now I want a quarter pounder. Actually, you know what I really want? I woke up last night after I banged my head. I wanted a big, juicy cheeseburger with onions, not sauteed, just chopped up like the quarter pounder onions. I wanted one like that, them kind of onions, some mushrooms, and 2 different kind of cheeses. That's what I want.
Turn right on Ohio 108 North Scott Street.
But I don't want like a regular bun. I want like the rolls I make during Thanksgiving time.
Turn right on Ohio
I want one of
108
those
North Scott Street.
for the bun. That's what I want. How many of you probably think about, well, no, so just go do it. Yeah, but I'm trying to get my health back in shape.
Turn right on Ohio 108 North Scott Street.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel guilty because, I try so hard to stay losing weight and stuff, but then, I just love different foods, and I miss them, and I miss eating it, and I miss enjoying it. And it's sad to say that food is a comfort like that, but I mean, I guess in a way it is, but I literally go, wow, I'd like to eat that every so often. But then I got to figure out, I don't know. I mean, it's sad. It's sad that this lifestyle, I can't stay active, I can't work out, and I can't do all those things. But then I hear people talking about, even at the pantry, when I listen to them talk about the things they snacked on or tried, and one time not too long ago at the pantry, I went to the bathroom and I cried because I heard all these people talking about this stuff, and then I went over and looked at it, and I was sad because I really wanted it. And, I'm thankful that Darlene made these one cookies. I mean, it was peanut butter, and I said it probably could have a little bit more cocoa, but the problem is, I'm going to have to tell her today when I talk to her, I really don't want you to make them. Hopefully she didn't make them. Yeah, I really don't want you to make me any more of those, because I'm just going to keep eating. And that's the problem, because when you do away with so much stuff in your life and you start getting it, especially out here, it's crazy because this is an interesting lifestyle. That's all I can say. But anyways, so think about the prayer parts. Think about life. Think about, it's time to repent, people. Again, the Lord keeps telling me to tell you guys this. It's time to repent. It's time to really examine yourselves. And I just want to thank you guys from my heart for listening all these times. Those of you that keep coming back, and a lot of the females, unfortunately, sometimes they dominate the males. And lately it's been the males, but it really doesn't matter. I don't care if it's all males. I don't care if it's all females. Doesn't mean, going into that. Oh, if it's not females, I'm not doing it. No, it doesn't mean that. Don't ever let Lucifer get a hold of you, because that's a long lifestyle. It's a journey that I have deep wound scars that I ask the Lord to keep with me as I walk until I go to the garden. And I think it was somebody, I forget who it was. I don't know if I commented or not, but I just want to say this before I close. if you run across this video, if you happen to watch it, and you're the one that said it, then please say something, because I was like so touched by it. I can't remember if I commented or not, but they said, I can't wait to come and see you in the garden. Something in that line. I can't wait either, because I'm excited, because I'd like to really show you what I have experienced. And take you to the waterfall, take you to that gazebo, and take you on that journey, what I watch going into the kingdom, and where I sit sometimes and just stare at God's beauty and what the Lord has recreated. That's how awesome. I don't deserve what the Lord gives me, people. I really don't. I don't deserve mercy. I don't deserve anything. But I sure am glad that He gave it to me. I am sure and glad that He didn't leave me. I'm sure and glad that He speaks to me and the things that He tells me. So many things He wanted to give me, but I fell back into the world's thoughts. And a couple of things I really wanted. It's my own fault. That's my consequence. Maybe He might still give it to me. I don't know. I just ask Him, Lord, if I'm ever worthy of it, I would accept it and appreciate it. I hate to say it sometimes, but when I go in this time, I'll do the toy room. I'm going to change the one scenes around a little bit. I went and got some shelves, and when Darlene looked it up, I started to tell her about the shelves, because I had to go get a part. I had to fix one of our pipes broke, and I had a flood in the basement. And part of me was, and it's wrong, you know, and I got to ask her to forgive me too. I thought for sure when she seen it, and I was explaining, I said, well, that's when I started explaining, but I didn't get a chance. I might not have to keep both of them. And sometimes when I just look at her face and she doesn't have no expressions or nothing, I'm thinking, man, I feel like I'm in trouble, like I'm a little kid or something. Like I'm going to get scolded. Or, you know, or sometimes she'll say, well, that's between you and Jesus. And I'm going, well, then I'm okay with it, because you can't explain the things that's happened. There was an incident that happened when I was at one of these Ben's thing, and that's a story in itself. Man, I tell you what, if you guys want to hear it, let me know, and I'll tell you. And those toys I really look at the most. And it's amazing, because Darlene's granddaughter, I have things that remind me of her. And yes, I say Darlene's granddaughter because it's best that way. And it doesn't mean I don't love her. That the enemy can't take that from me. But I can love her by doing what I do. I can love her by being able to pray for her. I can love her because I'm able to see her in heaven again. I can love her because of what I've had with her. And I will never, no one can take those from me. I gave my life for that child, so her mother and father would not have to go through a mourning for the rest of their time that they were here. And that's a story in itself. And I got things set up through there, things that Darlene has bought me. Well, technically, she's bought me a lot of the stuff down there. I mean, even though I'm going to buy it too, but it's her money too. tunnels that she bought me. I'm working on Trans Am. Sometimes I'm glad that the camera's not on me. I'm working on the Trans Am now. It's kind of hard, you know. I deeply prayed every day the Lord to use me. And I pray every day, Lord, let those spiritual blinders come off and the hearing be open. Not so I can have these people back in my life, just so they can see it's not what they thought. I don't need a sorry from them. I don't need a forgive me. I've already forgiven them. The only person they need to find forgiveness from is God, in Jesus. Well, anyways, God bless you guys. I was going to speak something. I can't remember what it was. Anyways, love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for you have been here from the beginning. Thankful for the likes. Grateful for the people sharing the videos, as I know God and the Lord is. And I'm thankful for most of all understanding. But one of the things I'm very grateful for is that you understand, and that's the biggest part, that I'm not up here looking for pity, I'm not up here looking for numbers, I'm not up here looking for any of those things. I'm up here to deliver this under Jesus and be delivered into God's hands. Because I don't want you to go to hell. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's the children. I don't care if it's the ex. I don't care if it's the in-laws. I don't care. Well, the in-laws are pretty much gone too. So. I don't care if it's someone that has done the worst of the worst things to me. I still don't want you to go to hell. Seek yourself. Seek the kingdom first. And seek yourself. Do it before it's too late, people. Truly let Jesus into your life. And for some of you that may stumble across this at a midnight hour, because I've been seeing from midnight to 3 o'clock, amazingly, these videos are being viewed. So I just want to say to you right now, if you don't know Jesus as your personal Savior, then I want you to just say this simple thing. Jesus, I am a sinner. I am lost. I am damaged. I know you will clean me. I know you will accept me into your kingdom as long as I am with you. Mold me and sculpt me and change me. Help me, Lord, not go back into sin. Accept me today and wash me clean of all my sins. Simple as that. But let me go a little bit further. If you just accepted this, the devil's going to come at you. Look at where it speaks in Matthew when he was baptized
Stay on Route 14
and
north
then
as Ohio
was filled with the
108
Spirit,
splits off.
went out into the wilderness. Well, the Spirit of God, anyways. Lucifer isn't going to give up on you because Lucifer sees you as his investment. Get to a place, a church, a good Bible church that comes out of the Bible, that believes in baptism, that believes in communion, believes in strictly the Bible and none of this nonsense worldly ways. Get to there and start. But if you need a mentor and you can't find something, then you came to the right place. Let me give you my email. nwrobins777@hotmail.com. nwrobins777@hotmail.com. But you got to give me some time. You're more than welcome to leave comments. You're more than welcome to leave a comment and tell me to check my email. People do that too. And I go to my comments. I go to the emails as fast as I can. I just went through there 2 nights ago and deleted so many emails. Oh my gosh. So much stuff. It's like crazy. And a lot of it is stuff that I've been ordering for Darlene, these companies. Don't forget this sale, a Black Friday sale coming up, and all this stuff. And I'm going, ha ha. Ooh. And then you walk in and the bill comes in. You know how much I love you? Yes, I do. I just spent $3,000, so I'm going to have to pay this card off. I truly did not spend $3,000, but I'm just saying, I could, easily. Well, we made an agreement.
1 mile ahead, stay on.
Everything she gets has to fit into a stocking. Everything I get fits into the stocking. The stocking of my vision. She forgot to hear that part. Truthfully, I tell her all the time because I know it's hard for her to go out shopping because I'm a difficult person, people. I really am. And I feel bad for her. And I tell her, listen, I get to go to the Benz. I get to go toy hunting. I get to go do these things. You allow me to do these things. It's like my birthday, Christmas, Father's Day, everything. I really don't expect anything from Father's Day because, A, I'm not her father, but we still buy each other gifts on that day, but I don't see myself as a father. So I don't see that I'm worthy of anything on Father's Day. I truly, and God's my witness. It's exactly how I feel. When they say, oh, happy Father's Day, I have to stop and go, to who? Oh, you don't have no kids? Oh, I'm sorry. I actually had a person just say this last Father's Day to me. And I didn't correct them. I just kept walking, and I'm thinking, oh, I should have said...
0.3 miles ahead,
what?
Stay on.
But why go through all that?
Ohio 108 splits off.
I pray for them. And that's what God expects. Until they do the will of God, it's best. So that being said, God bless you. Love you. Until the next one.